Welcome back to the JH Diesel channel, guys. Today we're going to be messing with the big truck. We got it in the back of the shop. As you guys saw in the last video, me and Justin got our slid over here in the corner. And there's a couple things that we want to do. I want to leave the engine in for now because we're going to be mocking some stuff up, and it'd be nice to have the engine there for the weight. The cab is off of it, but it doesn't, we want to have a little bit of weight, especially for moving some stuff around that we're going to be doing so we can test articulation and stuff. I want to have the weight in there. So we are working on that today. We're gonna mess with it a little bit. I got a couple other things. We'll see if we get into that or not. But yeah, we'll start there. Again, guys, baldeagle.com. Don't forget about your JH Diesel merchandise, hats, t-shirts, everything's on there. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for the giveaway buys. You guys were great. Somebody's gonna get a badass Marauder soon, or $25,000 cash, wherever they choose. Well, a Marauder plus 10 and or $25,000 cash. So again, guys, thank you so much. And I'll show you what we got going on here. All right, so this is what we're gonna try to fix on this truck. So back in the day, when I first originally built this truck, I had an 18.4 26 tire. 18.4 26. This is not an 18.4 26, and I'll show you the difference. So the way tractor tire sizes go, they run off the rim and the width. So then they do, basically that's how you get your height. So like these tires on this truck are 18.4 34. 18.4 wide is how the width is, and 34 is the rim diameter. So I used to have an 18.4 26 on the truck. The 18.4 26 was 57 inches tall. The 18.4 34 is 66 inches tall, so just under a foot taller. We originally built the truck around the 18.4 26s. We had plenty of room in the fender wells, never hit the bed, nothing like that, not a big deal. So when we did the math and everything, these tires we thought would fit. Only thing was my old wheels on the truck were super wide. They were like, these are 18 inches wide. The old wheels were 20 inches wide, way more offset. And they had like, the truck was literally a whole foot and a half wider before. It used to hang off my trailer. Kind of real hard to load it, and it was just super wide. I am gonna make this truck a little wider, but not that much. So the problem we had since we put the bigger 66 inch tires on there, it goes through a lot more mud, which is nice. It used to get stuck a lot with the 57s. But the issue is when we really get into our heavy articulation, it would hit the bed, and it caught the bed sides, destroyed the bed sides, and kind of sucked that would happen because obviously the truck looks like crap with the bed sides all destroyed on it. So now a couple things that we're gonna do to fix that. First one, I am putting a longer shock on it. The truck's gonna be about 4 inches taller. I am gonna put a wider wheel on it, so the truck is wider, and hopefully it puts the tires out a little bit so they don't come and hit the bed as bad. I am going to mock up a rear sway bar. Right now, the truck, it only runs a front sway bar, a big one. That's an 1 3/4 sway bar, and we're gonna put an 1 1/4 sway bar on the rear. And so I have that going for me. And then after that, we're also right now, me and Justin, we're gonna see what we can do and articulate this thing enough and see how, at what point it stops from hitting the bed. I may have to get a different bed. We may pull this bed off pretty quick just for the fact that it'd be nice to know with an actual bed, one that has been pushed out and really wide, where it's gonna hit at. So we're gonna test the articulation. We're gonna ratchet strap down the front end so it holds this shock tight, and then it should just hopefully pick the rear up and then see, at what point do we need to stop the tires from hitting the bed in case we do stick with a wheel of this size. It may happen, you never know. So that's what we're gonna do today, mess with this a little bit. I have these old bump stops on here. They lasted one event, smashed them all to hell. Didn't last long, this truck was just too heavy. So we're gonna see what we can do with these, and they're coming off, and for sure new bump stops are gonna get made. Me and Justin probably build them along with, pretty much everything else we gotta do to the truck. So that's kind of the first step. I wanna do that before I pull the motor and all that stuff out. And like I said, I may have to get my other bed. I don't know yet. This bed should be coming off soon, and we'll see what we can do with that. All right, so I got Justin up here. He is gonna be ratchet strapping the axle in place. Not saying this is how it should be done. There's probably other ways, but this is how we're gonna do it. This is the best thing we came up with. We're not pros, we just kind of send it. Pull it down there tight, buddy. Oh, there it is. All right, we got some stress on it now. Cool. All right, so now we'll get the forklift, pick up this rear tire, and see how it fits.
8 inches.
Really?
Yeah. Well, 3 inches probably.
3?
Yeah, that's about what it looks like. It's about what it looks like. Yeah, nothing to be concerned about.
It's up there right now, dude. Yeah, really, it's gonna flip the damn thing over.
Nah, it's all right.
Hey, good?
Yeah, I'd go a little more.
A little more?
I can still see chrome.
Really?
All right there, probably.
Yeah. Dude, that's insane to think about this. Still see chrome.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I'm sketching it underneath it. But think about this. With no ratchet strap holding it down, because obviously the sway bar is made to flex, and you know that, and so you can see it now, the sway bar is twisted a little bit, but that's what holds it from really like flopping back and forth. But look at how, like, we've been into some stuff because those tires, nobody's cranking the bed, and man, I don't know how we're gonna.
You're gonna have to put a good bed on it where we can see where the actual bedside is.
Right now it's hard because.
Yeah.
But also, if we make the truck taller, maybe before we do this, we're just going to have to make the truck taller. See, because I still got about, I'd say 2 inches, 3 inches of chrome showing on that shock where it's not fully, bottomed out. But what's good is, from what I'm seeing, if we have a bump stop on there in the right spot, I don't know if that's going to work or not.
Yeah, because that is the original bump stop that we put on the truck. You can see they're still pretty lined up.
It's lined up, but look at how low it is.
Yeah.
Because this has to. So how can we do this? How can we make it so we can bump stop it through it in the bed? Because right here, could cut bed sides. Could do that, but. Look at this. Dude, think about this though. This thing is freaking. I'm 6 foot-ish.
Mm-hmm.
This has got to be 4 foot, 4.5 foot of flex.
Yeah.
And it still has more to go. That's so wild. It's hitting back here pretty good.
Yeah, it's just starting to make contact up here with the old bed the way it already was bent.
Yeah, you can see how this one's, but maybe trimming the bed won't be a bad thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
maybe.
hitting the bedside's pretty good here.
Yeah, it's hitting bad back here. So, but that's the thing. This bump stop, if you see it, it's not going to work because right now it's basically pushing over, but this is still so far down, it's hanging it down. So once this side compresses, the bump stops will be hitting. So I might just have to make it taller. And if we widen the wheels, well, I don't think widening the wheels is going to help because it flexes so much. But I do have that rear sway bar we can put on there too. I just never drove this truck with a rear sway bar. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. Suck to do all that work and then not like it.
Yeah, but it always can come back off.
Yeah, we can pull it. We can definitely pull it. We're going to put it on there no matter what, just in case. And if I like it and can run with it, cool. If I hate it, then I hate it and we just get rid of it. Well, we really haven't come to a conclusion yet. We're still kind of trying to do it and see what we can come up with. But I don't know, maybe I just put too big of tires on it. Worst case is I could put the longer shocks on it and put the shock brackets. If I made them 1 inch lower on the top, 1 inch lower there, and put the 22-inch shocks on it, that's going to give me 6 more inches. And if I bump the nitrogens up a little bit, I could maybe get I could probably get another 6 or 8 inches of height, which would help. I don't know, would 6 inches do it, you think?
Depends on who you ask.
Well, Well, but 6 inches is going to bring the tire down to basically, it'll bring the top of the tire down 6 inches. So with 6 inches down, I don't know.
Still not enough.
No?
Need like 8 or 10 inches.
I don't want to make the truck that tall.
I understand that.
You know, with the way your driving style is.
Yeah, my driving style gets us every time.
Yeah. Either way, we're going to put a sway bar on it and try it and see how that works. Definitely going to make the truck a little taller. Plus, my plan is to make the truck wider, so the wheels hopefully will be wider on it. So,
yeah, I mean, if you go up 6 inches and get the wheels 3 or 4 inches wider, it will make a difference.
it'll definitely make a big difference on that.
I mean, that brings you from the center of the tread out into here, which doesn't seem like a lot, but
No, it would bring the tire. It would bring it from the outer in.
That's what I'm,
so
that's
we'd
what I'm
have
saying.
that much
you know,
more.
the tire's hitting the center of it's right here now.
Yeah.
It'd bring it out to here. It would be over here. So.
All right, we'll give that a shot. We're gonna make some changes. Either way, we got the sway bar to put on, that kind of stuff. We'll do all that. Redo the bump stops, and then we'll start to get to pulling the engine out. So we're missing a couple things for the kit. I'm missing a bung for one of the Heims. We have pretty much everything else, but what we kind of decided to do is, so it'll make it easier to work on and everything else, we're gonna take this bed off, partly because this bed's not giving us an accurate reading anyways. So we're probably just gonna take this bed off, take it apart, and you know, get rid of that off the cab. That way that we can work all the way around and it'll help us out. Also, I gotta figure out too if this sway bar kit's gonna work, because these shocks, if we go longer shocks, that sway bar kit might not work. The longer the shock, the longer sway bar you need, because it's gonna have the motion to come up and down. If you put too short one on there, it'll flip. So we definitely don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna come back and start getting the bed off this thing, and now we'll kind of see how that thing comes off, and then we'll have a completely stripped frame. So we're hitting a big roadblock with the sway bar stuff. Talked to some people. The sway bars I have are not gonna be long enough to go with the 22-inch shock. So I gotta make some changes. I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. Definitely gotta be a longer sway bar. Otherwise what'll happen is it'll flip. So let's figure that out. The problem with the front one is as you guys can see, I've got this bracing bar here, which I could maybe move this back far enough. It'll just be tight. We could just basically weld a new bracket back here. Just can't get it too tight because we have to be able to get this sway bar back out. Once it's all one, it makes it kind of a pain. The rear, we'll just have to get longer links, or the longer arms. So we have those sitting on the table over there. But the rear, I think we can make work no matter what. I don't think that's gonna be an issue. So we'll see what we can do on that. Anyways, so right now, what I'm gonna do is, we got our measurements for the bed and stuff. The problem was, as you guys saw, it's hard because the fenders are all smashed in. So I got another bed that we can kind of experiment with and really see the height, or what we're gonna need to do. So next step is gonna be getting this bed off this truck. All right, a little bit more work than what you would think. So we got the nitrous bottle out of the way, we got the battery out of the way, and I'm gonna try, let's hope that these bed bolts come up. This one's actually loose, but you should see the condition on the bottom side. It doesn't look too pretty. Tough brake situation right now. All right, let's try this one. All right, somewhere up here. This is kind of turned into a trash can now. Oh. Not cool. Cool. And luckily they put Torx head bolts in there, which are really especially nice. Torx heads are the best because the Torx bits will break, strip out. So I don't know if they did it on purpose, but not cool, guys, not cool. Probably have to go grab the torches, heat these things up, maybe even just cut them off. All right, now the bed's completely loose. What I've done is I've taken the straps, I've basically X'd them in the middle, And the plan is to get the forklift, bring the fork right over it, hook it, and hopefully just pick the bed up. Should be that simple, right? We already got the filler neck unhooked. All the lines go in the bed, the tail lights, everything should be unhooked. Should be able to pull it right off. Simple. I basically stuck the straps up. Those won't fall that way. Hopefully now it's tight and the forks will hold it with the strap in the center. Well, I did it, guys. She is off and we're on the ground. So another reason why I pulled this bed off, I'll explain this to you guys in the near future. But she's off, and we have a basically frame to do whatever we want with, except for the engine still in there. But regardless, we are getting there. The truck is getting tore down. It's not going to be a quick process, guys. I told you guys it's going to be a few months, definitely. And then trying to get a few parts and stuff like that. Obviously with the way everything is right now, it's a little tough, but we're on the way. I'm doing what I can with what I got right now. And, hopefully we see this big truck back going better than ever. And, I hope it's a huge improvement because I know it will be. I don't have to hope. I know it's going to be better. So a little bit more power, a little bit bigger. It's going to be cool. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching Jay Cecil channel. We are back on the mud truck, and we are not going to stop, guys. This is going to be a super awesome build, and I hope you guys stick around for it.